If you've never sold a house before, or if it's been a few years, it might be helpful to understand the whole process flow when it comes to selling your house. That's what we're talking about in this series, and today let's talk about how do you find a good real estate agent. Hi, I'm Kelly Vandever. I'm a real estate agent in the Atlanta, Georgia area with Keller Williams, North Atlanta. Even before I became a real estate agent, I always thought it was a good idea to work with a real estate agent when you're selling or buying a home. I understand not everybody feels that way, and of course, now that I am a real estate agent, you might think I have a conflict of interest or I can't be objective on the matter. But I think there's a lot to be said for hiring an expert. We needed some legal advice when it came to my dad's situation in Florida. I hired an elder law attorney in Florida to help us. Now, my husband is an attorney. I could have had him go and research the Florida statutes and provide legal advice, but I think my money was better spent paying somebody who this was their area of specialty and who was licensed in the state of Florida. Using a good real estate agent is having that expert in your corner, somebody that knows the market and knows what's going on in your area. It will save you heartache, it will save you headache and hassle and make your move easier. So, how do you find a good real estate agent? First, let me say there are a lot of good real estate agents out there. In fact, you might ask people that you already know and trust who they trust as a real estate agent. That's one good way to start. And hey, reach out to me. I might be able to refer you to somebody in your area. Second, look for an agent that has good knowledge, skills, and tools that can help them do their job. If they're not talking to you about the different things that we're talking about in this series, about how to sell your house and that process flow, if they're not talking to you about those topics, you might want to find another agent. I get it that not everybody does it the same as I do, but if they're not bringing up these general topic areas, they may not have the experience and the knowledge and the work ethic that you need to get your house sold for the best price and in a way that makes sense for you. And finally, a good agent is someone you feel comfortable with. You're going to be sharing some pretty personal information about your existing home and what it is you're looking for in your next house. Are you comfortable? Do you trust them? Do you feel like you can open up and share that information? Plus, you also need someone who's willing to talk to you about things that are hard for you to hear, but that are important for you to understand so that you know what your options are and you can make the decisions that are best for you and your family. Once you find a good agent, then you'll sign a listing agreement. It's basically a contract between the real estate agent's broker and you saying that you're going to work with them to sell the house. Signing that document might come a little later in the process flow that we're going to go through in this series, but basically in the state of Georgia, an agent cannot represent you as a client unless you sign that document. In addition to the listing agreement, your agent will ask you to fill out other kinds of documents. For instance, a seller's disclosure that gives details about your house. If you live in an HOA, you'll need to complete a community association disclosure. And they may ask for additional information about the home, about the area, so that they can use that information to market your house most effectively. There's a lot more to talk about in the home selling process flow. As I mentioned in the last video, I prepared a document that is a guide to help you with that process flow. There's a link to that guide below. But next, let's talk about the topic that everyone wants to know when they're selling their house. How much can I get for my house? That's what we'll talk about in the next video.